We are also gravely concerned about the acts of terror and incidents of violence in Israel and the West Bank. We have consistently advocated against all acts of terror and violence. We strongly condemn such acts which have resulted in an increasingly high number of casualties, including women and children. We are deeply concerned by the series of incidents at holy places of Jerusalem during the ongoing holy month of Ramzan. The historic status quo at the holy places of Jerusalem must be respected and upheld. All acts of obstruction, vandalism, discretion, which violate the sanctity of the holy places, be it in Jerusalem, Nablus, or elsewhere, must be unequivocally condemned. We recognize the efforts made by Israel, Jordan, and the Palestinian Authority and other countries to avert escalation. It is unfortunate that despite these efforts, the on-ground situation has once again deteriorated. We appeal to all parties to stop the provocations and incitement which could further worsen the situation. We extend our support to all steps that are aimed at lowering the tensions and restoring calm. We appreciate the efforts made by the UN Secretary General and the Special Coordinator in this regard. We are also gravely concerned about the acts of terror and incidents of violence in Israel and the West Bank. We have consistently advocated against all acts of terror and violence. We strongly condemn such acts which have resulted in an increasingly high number of casualties, including women and children. It is time to show restraint, desist from provocative actions that fuel tensions, and abide by Security Council Resolution 2334. We urge all sides to take immediate steps for a complete cessation of violence. The recent rocket fire from Gaza and the retaliatory airstrikes by Israel demonstrate the fragility of the situation and possible potential for escalation. We call on all parties to de-escalate and respect the ceasefire. The continued precarious financial situation of the UNRWA remains a matter of concern, as the Palestinian refugee community in the Palestinian territories and elsewhere depend on services provided by the agency. I reiterate India's commitment to supporting UNRWA financially and help the agency overcome the liquidity crisis. India has already contributed $20 million over the last 4 years and has also pledged $5 million for UNRWA's program budget for the year 2022. Madam President, the ongoing incidents once again underscore the need for immediate resumption of peace talks between Israel and Palestine. The absence of such direct negotiations is not conducive to securing long-term peace and will only increase the risk of reoccurrence and escalation of such violence. An early return to political dialogue process by launching credible direct negotiations while addressing the security and economic challenges is an immediate necessity. India has consistently called for direct peace negotiations between Israel and Palestine, taking into account the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people for statehood and Israel's legitimate security concerns. The UN and the international community must prioritize the revival of these negotiations. In conclusion, Madam President, I reaffirm India's unwavering commitment to the establishment of a sovereign, independent and viable state of Palestine, living within secure and recognized borders side by side at peace with Israel. There is no other alternative to a negotiated two-state solution.